Well, he got the news on Monday morning and it hit him like a ton of bricks. Doctor said you better get your things in order, cause the tests say you're really sick. By the next weekend, he was on a prayer list at the Church of the Living Word. Had the preacher and the deacons all calling to the Lord, but the prayer that the Lord finally heard was the one that the little girl down the road sent up from her knees by her bed. God help that man down the road that Mama said was sick, was all she said. And it was one little prayer that made it through the cracks, tipped the scales and the answer came back. Sounded just a little bit different from the others up there. Never underestimate one little prayer. Well, maybe it was something kind of simple and pure in her words that made God hear. But it cut through all the others like a knife through hot butter, and it went straight in God's ear. And the Pope and his cardinals and 100 Billy Grahams couldn't get their message through, like that little blind angel down the road that the sick man never even knew. And 10 years later he was living and laughing when we all thought he should have been dead. And the only thing that anyone could ever do was just smile and shake their heads. Cause there was one little prayer that made it through the cracks. It tipped the scales and the answer came back. Sounded just a little bit different from the others up there. So never underestimate one little prayer. Well, me, I'm not the kind of guy who's in church every single time. Guess I'd rather be fishing than sitting in a pew with my fishing hole on my mind. But I pray for my kids, and I pray for peace, and I pray He'll overlook my sins. And I'm hoping that out of all the prayers I send up to the Lord every now and then, one little prayer might make it through the crack, tip the scales and the answer come back. Sound just a little bit different from the others up there. Never underestimate, don't you ever underestimate. I learned to never underestimate one little prayer. All it takes is one little prayer.